Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, The Millennial Mindset, where anything is possible with the right mindset. And I just want to thank all of you for liking and subscribing and continuing to tune in to my videos. It is greatly appreciated. And for those of you who don't know, I am a brand new YouTuber, so it's always appreciated, and it always helps for you to like and subscribe to my videos and to share if you feel like they are of value. Now, this topic that I want to get into today is more of a personal topic, discussing how I was able to get my first fully remote position. And I wanted to share this with all of you because there are a lot of people out there that are looking to be able to work completely from home. And it is life changing. I can tell you that it is life changing. Now, a little bit about me and a little bit about my background. So, if you haven't watched my very first video that I posted a few years ago, it's called Why I Left Korea. It Wasn't For Me. And so I was a English teacher in South Korea, and it was not the experience that I was hoping for. And I got a rude awakening from that experience because it made me realize that with every job that I have had, and I've had quite a few, I've been in marketing, I've been in sales, I've been in customer service, I've been in you name it, you name it. I've worked a lot of different positions in my life, and all throughout the time that I was in school, I was working and working hard and working multiple jobs. And something that I realized was most of them were all the same. And they were all the same for a few reasons. Most of these jobs did not give you an adequate amount of time off or vacation. Most of these jobs overworked you and underpaid you. Most of these jobs did not consider work-life balance, and I was burnt out. And I started to realize that no matter what company I went to, no matter what position I applied for, I always ended up feeling miserable. And I was wondering to myself, why is this my outcome all the time? Why am I always feeling miserable in every position that I'm in? And it wasn't until I had the opportunity when the pandemic hit to work from home. I was working with a company, with a college, and at the time, we were not able to physically go in. And I was working from home. And I realized what I was missing out on. I said, this is the missing piece in my life. This is what I needed all along. It wasn't necessarily that I didn't want to have a job. And I mean, I do consider myself someone who's also business savvy. I've always wanted to have something for myself, but I also wanted to work. And I thought to myself, why am I so burnt out all the time? Why do I feel exhausted? Why do I feel like I'm ready to retire? And I was only in my 20s, right? And I realized that that was the missing piece. It was that working from home allowed me to have that peace of mind because I wasn't rushing into work in the mornings. I wasn't rushing to get food on my breaks. I wasn't, rushing in traffic to get to and from work. I wasn't stuck in traffic getting to and from work. And for those of you who are new to my channel, I live in Canada, Toronto, Canada, to be exact. And so it's a very busy city, a lot of hustling and bustling, and you do have to work hard to really, live comfortably, right? And so I found myself just exhausted. And so I realized I wasn't dealing with all of that. I wasn't rushing in the mornings to get to and from work. I was able to actually take ownership of my time. And I said, oh my goodness, this is what I've been missing. And so once I knew that it was going to be time for us to go back in physically, for the most part, full time again, I said, I have to take advantage of this opportunity that I've been given, this awakening that I've gotten. I have to take advantage of this awakening. And I realized I need to get a work from home position. And so how I was able to pull that off, how I was able to do that was I applied to jobs after jobs after job. But let me give you some advice on that. Looking for a job is like a job in itself. It is not easy. It is a long road. It can be very tedious and cumbersome. I found myself very picky with my job selection. I didn't apply to just any job. I made sure that when I applied for a job, it was fully remote and I wasn't going to compromise. And I told myself I will not compromise on that. And I ran into a lot of hybrid positions that seemed really great. The pay was great, it was enticing, but I said no. I have to stick to my guns and stick to what I told myself I would get. And so I didn't apply to any hybrid roles. And I mean, if hybrid is for you, go for it. I mean, it's still better than, for those of you that don't want to be in an office all day long, it is still better. However, I knew personally that for me, I needed it to be fully remote. I needed that freedom. And so I didn't apply to any job that didn't appeal to me. And so what I did was every day I would apply to at least 5 jobs. That was my goal. And so, or at least every other day. I made sure, and if I didn't accomplish that every other day, I mean, sometimes I slipped up and I got busy or tired and I just didn't. But I made sure that every week I at least had an application out there, that I at least submitted an application every week. And so I did that for about 3 months. And I went through some, over the phone interviews. It didn't land, didn't go through. Okay, I kept it moving. I kept searching. And there were a few times when I got weary and I thought to myself, I don't know if this is going to work out for me. Maybe I should just go for those hybrid roles that I saw, or maybe I should just go back to the office and, see what happens. But I said, no, I have to have faith that I'm going to be able to get this. And so I didn't give up. And I applied and I applied and I applied. And finally, and the thing that I said to myself is, all I need is one yes. There could be 1,000 no's, but I just need one yes. And that's all. That's all you need, is just one person to say yes, and one company that you believe in. And I applied to this position, and I used Indeed. And what I did was, while I was searching on Indeed, I made sure that in the subsections where you can narrow down your search, I always made sure that I put remote, fully remote in my search, the search icon part. I always put fully remote. And I would put the salary that I wanted, and I think I even put the industry I was looking in as well. I could be wrong about that part, but I definitely made sure that I put fully remote. And so only jobs that were fully remote would come up. And I applied and I applied and I applied and I applied. And let me tell you, I was weary. And it was before I got that interview, I kind of said to myself, you know what? If this isn't meant for me, I don't want it, because it's getting ridiculous. I went through so many interviews at that time and nothing came through. And I said, okay, this is getting ridiculous. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe, and I don't know if for those of you that believe in a higher power, I said, maybe God just doesn't want me to have this. And I was just fed up and I just kind of started to give up. And that was when I got an interview. And I went in the interview kind of feeling like, whatever, whatever happens, happens, because I've gone down this road a million times. But something felt different about this role and this company, to be honest. When I went through the interview, I really got along with the staff that interviewed me. And I thought, something feels different this time. And before I knew it, I was offered the role. And it was fully remote. And this company is actually a fully remote company. So everyone in the company works remotely. And I can tell you, it was like a dream come true. And sometimes I still can't believe that I have that luxury. So I decided to just put out this video to let you guys know that it is very possible. There are so many remote jobs out there, and good ones. And there's so many good companies out there that are looking for people to work for them remotely. And so it's not as difficult as it seems. And I kind of felt like maybe I will never have that, but it really can happen for you if it can happen for me. So I would suggest you just don't give up. And if you have a job right now, continue your job. Don't ever quit until you get something else. That's always been my motto. Never quit something until you have something else to replace it. So just have your job, keep going, but keep applying to remote positions. Something will come through eventually. And I used Indeed, but other options as well other platforms that I used was LinkedIn as well. And there are actually agencies out there that are remote agencies, so you can sign up and register. I would say just do a quick Google search and see if there's any in whatever country you're in or wherever you're listening from, and see if there are remote agencies out there that can place you with a remote position. But just don't give up. Apply, 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 apply. It is life-changing. I have my time. I am not stressed out. I don't feel as tired as I used to feel. I feel rejuvenated. I don't wake up on Sunday mornings dreading that I have to go to work on Monday. I don't feel anxiety like I used to. I used to feel major anxiety when I knew Monday morning was coming, because I thought, oh no, I have another week of this. I don't feel that way anymore. I don't feel anxious. I feel like my life, I have control over my life. And for those of you who are parents out there, working from home will be life-changing for you as a parent, because you will be so much more present with your children. And I honestly believe nothing is worth more than being around your family and having the time to be around your family and having the time for self-care. And I get benefits and all of that. So yes, it's possible. Yes, it's out there. And this can be your story. So anyway, I just wanted to come on here and give you guys some hope and let you know that it is very possible to get that. And I wish all of you the best on your journey out there. And I really do would love to hear some of your stories as well. If you've gotten something remote recently, or your company switched to being remote, or if you're looking for something remote, what is your story and how are things going for you, and how has your life changed since you've worked remotely? I would love to see that in the comments down below. So anyway, thank you all so much. Please remember to like and subscribe and share this video if you see any value, or if someone else would benefit from this video. It's not as formal as my usual videos. It's just me talking, but I just felt like it would be necessary to share with you all. So have a wonderful, wonderful week, and all the best. I'll see you next time.